black. They got a lady up in they close the doors, about 250 people in there. They have a lady at the front. They got her spread eagle, you know what I'm saying? Which I think should be our national bird, you know what I'm saying? Boy, I salute that, dude. I doubt any brothers would kneel if they let that thing fly across the stadium. I know that.
I hope you write that down. That's really funny.
Well, I mean, that's just what's going on, you know?
And in 1994, like 70 infected monkeys got out in our town, and they literally, the police came to YMCA summer camp and let the oldest kids leave to help them look for these monkeys, right?
Are you serious?
Yeah. And I remember, like guys, they had guys with like rebel flags in their truck. I'm like, it's not a racial thing, guys. These are fucking 70. These are chimpanzees and macaws that are loose around town. You know, this isn't a gang that's moved in. You know, but I remember me and a couple of other kids. I still remember having a wet bathing suit on, cornering a chimpanzee outside of a Kenny Rogers Roasters with a police officer and 3 other kids, like, rah, 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 you know, by this drive-through. And this fat elf of a woman honking at us like we're ruining her, you know, dream shake she's buying or whatever, and her fucking cornbread while we're trying to save our town from a who knows what this monkey had.
From a Planet of the Apes apocalypse.
Yeah, maybe something Walter Reed missed.
I appreciate it, and thanks, brother. We're not racist, or I'm not trying to be. You know, I have some flare-ups in traffic, but overall, I'm good. You know, I'm doing my best, man. I'm out here on the front lines of not trying to be, brother.
What are the words? Can you reveal what are some of the things that women can say to direct you in different ways?
Yeah, higher, lower, more pressure, less pressure. Can you go a little faster, please? Can you go a little slower, please? To the right, you know, to the left. Now slide. Now slide. No. And that was a joke I did use one time in the thing, and it got a couple people to laugh, and one lady even farted a couple people over when I did. I realized yesterday, how weird is this? Tell me if this is racist or not, dude. Because you're the closest thing we've had to a black guest in a while, dude. Is the U.S. postal system basically just like giving mail to a black guy and hoping it gets where it's supposed to go? That's what I feel like, bro.
I remember the first Wigger went to our school. I told you guys that before. The first Wigger, this kid Brian St. Pierre, went to our school, and they'd never seen it before, you know, and they thought he was mentally handicapped. They put him in. They made him eat the third lunch. You know, the third lunch, the special lunch where those kids are in there. You know, they make some of their own food and then they eat it. You know, to make them have a talent. And and he was in there, dude, this Wigger. So you'd have like, you know, you have like kids who really had mental illnesses and, you know, everything, all the DS and everything. And then you'd have Brian St. Pierre wearing a Charlotte Hornets pullover, dribbling an invisible basketball all day, bro. Just posting up mental kids in the lunch line, bro. They'd never seen it. They thought he was mentally handicapped just because he wanted to, you know, play with the brothers. And then after that, they had a comedy room near me. This gentleman had half a limb. And he was...
Which limb?
He was missing part of his leg, I think. Or he said he was. So he could have been faking it.
CGI or something?
I don't know what his name was. I mean, it was a... CGI. It was a white dude.
Okay, yeah.
I could see you having a beautiful mullet, though. And I think you. Yeah, I really could, man. And I think it's time, man. I think it really would inspire you to feel like a different person. And make these guys do them, dude. Make these whites in here grow them big.
Have everyone, and even the fucking gooks in here too, right?
Huh?
Yeah, some of the. Gooks
I don't know who a
gook.
gook. I don't know who is a gook, but yeah.
Yeah.
No idea.
That came out smoothly, bro. Yeah, very good. It's like you've said that word before, bro.
I mean, I've said it. I just don't know who it's at. That's the problem, dude.
Yeah.
That's not even a problem. That's really the benefit, you know.
But I'll tell you why the mullet, bro, because you know, my people. I don't know if you know my people, but you know, I don't know who
Stevie?
Yeah, my brother Steve. Yeah, and also a billion other people, bro.
Oh, damn. Huh?
Yeah, that's a lot of people, bro. Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people sleeping in the airport when I'm there.
But
So,
before Bieber, some fool in China or whatever said, "This mushroom bull haircut, everybody gonna wear these, right?" And it was some sort of government law or something. So now everyone's got a bowl on their hand, click, 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 right? And they all look like ghetto fucking Beatles or whatever, right?
Where at?
In China, in Asia, wherever, bro. You never seen those haircuts? What? It's only when the K-pop stars started going crazy with the rooster hairs, but he tried to change it, you know?
You should testify this in the impeachment hearings. This makes no sense. It would fit right in, bro.
On C-SPAN?
What do you think, babe? You think
you gotta
mullet,
go
right?
on C-SPAN, dude.
Yeah, I think either go mullet or just commit to your roots.
Yeah, do you look like Yoko No, bro? You gotta do something, dude.
Bro, I never call Yoko no, bro.
Try to commit suicide. I tried to OD on a bottle of Theragram M. You know those
What is
vitamins?
that? Those vitamins?
Yeah, I tried to OD on vitamins. When I
And
was
what'd you
8.
get? Just better?
I just fell asleep.
Damn.
What did you get better?
I'm just thinking like vitamins. It seemed like
I didn't have. They didn't have Oxycontin.
I got a brother too, and he was hard to
Older?
love. Now he's a little easier to love.
You guys fight?
No.
Oh, okay.
One of us hit the other one with a chair once when we were young.
Oh, real? What was that over?
I don't know. One of us was wearing a disguise, so I don't remember who was who.
Oh,
But it was violent. It was like one of the most violent things that ever happened to me.
What, it was in
and
the
it was a
kid-
nice chair. It was an antique.
people were throwing rocks at us. There was this kid's. Well, there was this one kid definitely, and something was wrong with him. I mean, nothing's wrong with him by our standards. Something's not. God didn't put him down here at 100%. You know what I'm saying, if you will. And but him and some other kids were throwing.
Charged.
It might not have been rocks. It might have been shale stone, but it was still hard enough, dude. It's hard to when people are throwing rocks
Wait
at
a
you, dude.
second,
It's like
were-
the Middle East, you
Were
know?
you in a? Yeah.
It's like the Gaza Strip. Dude, you look Guatemalan, bro. You're coming in.
yeah, boy.
How dark you going, dog? I know you're trying to get the
dark
black.
as it gets,
Bro,
man.
you're trying to get diversity on lock, bro.
I start firing all my minorities.
Yeah, dude.
I got this covered, boys.
Yeah, you start wearing one of the Coming to America hats. I saw some guy in one of those today, dude.
Some people tell me I look like Ben Affleck. Some people tell me I look like Ben Stiller. There's a big difference.
You look like Ben Better. I know that.
yeah, dude. So I
Sorry, Rob.
yeah, good.
You look like somebody who's in performance enhancing drugs to swim. That's what you look like,
Dude, you look like Rhea Perlman.
Do I really?
You got Rhea Perlman hair.
She's talented.
She is, bro. Cheers was a good show. Sometimes I feel like CVS is my Cheers because I'm always getting STDs.
I really feel like I grew up in the stray animal belt of Louisiana, and they don't really have this anymore because everybody has pets now. But they had a long time where there was just, I felt like thousands of strays running around. Like Joey Diaz, he got bit by animals. I got jumped by a bunch of cats on my birthday once, dude. I'm not even joking, dude. And one of them, I swear to God, some of them got me on the ground, and one of them came off a rooftop from next door. I swear to God, I still remember a couple of them were getting me and looking back and seeing one come from something in the air. And they had tons of stray animals where I was from. You had to infuse that in everything you did, wherever you went, or if you were going to bike or play ball. Cats. And that'll make you feel like a little bitch, too. I mean, first of all, your dad's dying, and now there's cats.
Chris has a lot of money, bro.
He does.
Dude, I was somewhere with him, and I've said this before, where a table was uneven, and he took like $800 and folded it up and put it under the table to make it even. Just so he could enjoy his coffee. I think when a woman is 30, that you guys start to get that, that leaky faucet syndrome where they always want a plumber to be around. We're like, you know what I'm saying? The faucet's always asking for a plumber.
Oh, my faucet is constantly a leaking.
Whenever I see groups of black African American, what do you call it? Black?
I say black friends are urban gentlemen. isn't
Yeah,
it?
urban.
Or the first 48. That's what I say as well.
Yeah.
Well, we did a bunch of mushrooms, and we didn't. I don't know. We weren't really in the race or anything. But at one point, we took over a table. Somebody had a table where they had all the cups of water, and we took it over right in the middle. And I'm just flying on mushrooms at this point, dude. I'm looking. The Lord's looking for me, and I'm looking for Him. We're gonna meet up that afternoon. But and people were running by in this race. It's tens of thousands of people in this race. And when they get close, someone would try to get the water, and we'd be like, "No, it's for Asian people only." So you had so many people, and they're running. They have to keep going. There's a huge flow of people. They can't argue or discuss it. Right. You'd be like, "Oh, it's Asians only." And they're like, and they just keep on.
passing out from dehydration a quarter mile down the road.
All these Irish people
Piling
stacking up at the curb at the next turn, just boom, boom. And Asian people were just so happy,
Super
bro. Oh,
hydrated.
yeah, just flying, bro. It was just so bizarre, though.
Such a great choice.
Dude, we laughed for so long. We just sat there, and somebody had deserted their stand,